Welcome guys to today's video. Today will be a sort of an experimental video to see if you guys like this sort of content, and if you do, let me know in the comments, leave a like rating, all that sort of jazz, and please let me know if you want to see more videos of this type, because I do have fun making videos such as these, especially about the LCK. Let me give you guys a little backstory. So basically, in 2015, my friends told me to start playing League, and I absolutely did not like the game until I watched the LCK one night, and I just instantly got hooked on not only League of Legends but also LCK for the way they played the game. They saw it so differently, and I watched NA in EU before, prior to LCK, and LPL a little bit as well. The LCK just seemed like the region that drew me in the most, so I naturally just started loving that region and liking it, and slowly was finding my way to like League and esports as a whole. So, and honestly, it was my gateway for computer games as well, so fun little fact. But anyways, if you guys are looking for, if you're just here for the start date and also the time, it is January 13th 1/13/2021 at 5 p.m. KST. Just type into Google 5 p.m. KST and it should auto translate it to your time of your region. So just type in 5 p.m. KST on Google and it should come up, and it's January 13th at 5 p.m. Korean Standard Time. So with that out of the way, let's get straight on to the rosters. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the rosters, and I'm going to be giving you a little analysis on the players that I do know, because I have been around in the scene for some time, watching LCK, that is, and so I do know about these guys' stories, and I'll be sharing them with you. So let's start off with the logo, shall we? I mean, Afreeca's logo, I really like the rebrand there. I'm just going to talk about the rebranded logos, because the ones that say the same, I mean, So Afreeca's new logo, blue and white, I really like that shade of blue and white. That's probably one of my favorite shades of blue and white, that and then midnight blue as well. I really do like this Afreeca logo. I really, I like how simplistic it is as well, so that's really cool. Damwon, the new logo is because they partnered with Kia, so that's why it looks that way, and I believe their initials from now on will be DK, not DWG, if I'm not mistaken, so yeah, that should be that. Fredit Brion, this used to be hyFresh Brion, and then I think they partnered with, oh yeah, here it is right here. Got a sponsorship by Korea Yakult, so they renamed to Fredit Brion, I believe. I'm not sure for what reason. I have no knowledge of that company. So anyways, moving on, we have Liiv Sandbox right here. It says Sandbox Gaming and Liiv Sandbox renames to Liiv Sandbox following sponsorship by Kiin big bank in Korea. Excuse me. Then we have Nongshim RedForce, which if you don't know who the company Nongshim, it's a Korean ramen company, the most famous Korean ramen brand in the world, I believe it is, and one of my personal favorite brands of Korean instant noodles. Not just ramen, also they make jjajangmyeon and a bunch of other different Korean noodles. So yeah, one of my favorites, and that's their Team RedForce. I guess this really isn't a rebrand. T1 has had this now for a season, so that's not really a rebrand or anything. So now to the rosters. Let's start, shall we? Kiin for Afreeca. I mean, if you don't know Kiin, then you obviously haven't been watching the LCK. One of the most solid top laners in recent years. Hopefully this season he'll do better, continue to do his Kiin things, and I hope that they make a great run this year. Really not much to say about that. He's been on Afreeca his entire career, except for his time that he spent on Ever8 to then get put onto Afreeca the year after that. So yeah, he's been on Afreeca forever. He's basically their figurehead at this point, now that Spirit has flown the coop. So yeah, Trap, I've never heard of this guy. I'm pretty sure he's brand new. Yeah, he's Afreeca's Challengers. It says it right there. So I don't know if he's going to be exclusively for their Challengers team, or if he's going to be a sub for Kiin and he'll come in periodically. But I mean, even if he is, I doubt they're going to sub out Kiin for Trap like ever. So, and now that Spirit's gone, Dread takes the mantle of the primary jungler. I mean, I see why he's a pretty solid jungler, has, his few champions that he loves to play. Hopefully he brings a little bit more to the table, especially now that carry junglers are here to stay for at least for the time being. So yeah, but we'll see how the meta develops. Fly, the Aurelion Soul guy, the Aurelion Soul player next to Crown, and very supportive style mid laner, which there's nothing wrong with that. I like his style of play. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Doinb in a way. But he has sort of his own style of playing mid lane. That's pretty cool. You know, he's been on Afreeca for, I believe, the past year, maybe 2. I can't exactly remember. I know he was in NA for a time. It might have just been this last year that he was on Afreeca, and then this year as well. Yeah, Fly, very supportive mid laner. Then they got Kiin or Keine. I forget what they called him during Kespa Cup. I can't exactly remember what they called him or what they said his name was. Hopefully we'll get to see him play some more as well. Maybe they'll do a little swap arena between these two. So maybe we'll get 2 styles of play. Who knows? We'll see what he brings to the table. And then Bang over from NA. You know, solid AD, looked pretty solid during Kespa, but they say Kespa shouldn't be a measurement of the whole league. But you know, I take it as a sort of a, you know, taking your first step in the water, so to speak. You know, so he looked pretty solid. So did Lehends. I mean, Lehends pretty darn good support. Comes from Griffin, known for his elite support back in the day, you know, and still likes to play elite support, of course. I remember I heard about this guy the first time was I believe it was 2016. Was it 2016, 2015? Something like that. Bjergsen was talking about him, and he was playing Elise support, and he was telling one of his teammates about this guy. They're like, have you heard of this guy, Lehends? He plays Elise support or something like that. I forget exactly who it was. And I think that was when they were boot camping in Korea, if I'm not mistaken. So there's Lehends, and then we have Rigby and Lyra, who's an ex-Afreeca Freecs jungler, now stepping into the coach role. So that's really cool. So let's move on to Damwon, shall we? So Damwon Gaming. Here we have Chasey, which this guy is new to my knowledge. I have never seen or heard of this player before. So he is going to be the sub top laner next to Khan. Here, hopefully he can fill Nuggery's shoes and just have a solid performance overall. So, you know, Khan was one of my favorite top laners, and I hope that he can fill the gap that Nuggery left behind, so to speak, and, you know, do his own play well, so to speak. And then next up we have Canyon. Needs no introduction, just won World's MVP. Best jungler in the world, if not the best player in the world as of current. This guy is insane, you know, and people have showed us, you know, you ban his Graves, he'll pick Nidalee. You ban Graves and Nidalee, he'll pick, you know, Kindred. You ban those 3, he'll pick Hecarim. Like, his champion pool is huge. It's like the minute he sets foot on the Rift, it's automatically a jungle gap. Doesn't even matter what you do, just automatically a jungle gap. And I mean, this guy sets up his lanes, he dominates the enemy junglers, he, you know, gets a billion kills. Like, he does it all, man. He's like a jack of all trades type of deal. And I loved watching these guys grow from Challengers, Korea, Damwon, into what they are today. And the funny part is, too, when Damwon was popping in Challengers, Punch played for the most part. This guy was the sub of the team, along with Barrel. They were both subs, and Punch actually, well, Barrel was a substitute support. But Punch was the main guy on the team, and then Canyon would play from time to time, but it was mainly Punch at the time until they promoted to the LCK. Then they played Canyon more, so it kind of reminds me of Chovy, that Chovy and Griffin, where Rather would play more on Griffin, and then Chovy was a sub, and he turned out to be an even better player than Rather. So, I mean, at least for Griffin's standards. So that's pretty funny, and that's pretty cool, actually, that subs turn out to be even better players from time to time, which I think is incredible. Not to say that, you know, Punch or Rather are bad or anything. It's just, it's funny how you find talent like that in the substitute role. So anyways, moving on. Showmaker, of course, Mr. Playmaker, Mr. Showmaker, Mr. Rank 1 a couple times, and also Mr. I played every single champion in the game on multiple accounts, across multiple accounts, not just one account. He's played 150 something champions, however many champions there were at the time in the game, across multiple accounts, and reached Challenger with it, which I think is pretty crazy. Katarina, I believe he was a Katarina one trick, if not a Katarina enthusiast. Loves Katarina. Hopefully we get to see that one day. Please, Showmaker, please. I want to see you play Katarina. You know, the Kassadin pentakill guy all last year. So, yeah, I mean, this guy is pretty insane. He's been around for quite some time now, and has been a treat to watch. Moving on, we got Ghost. This guy has basically grown up with me as I've been watching the LCK. He was on CJ Antis, he was on ESC Ever, he was on BBQ Oliver's. You know, he was not always the best player. People thought had some very choice words about him. They thought, you know, he's not gonna really make it too big, and he proved them all wrong. You know, he worked his butt off. As soon as he got on Sandbox, he started improving immediately, and then he got onto Damwon, and then instantly he started just gaining so much speed in terms of improvement, and now he's one of the best ADs, if not the best AD in the freaking league. I mean, that's what a story, right? Literally bottom of the league, all the way to the top now. I love Ghost's story. I loved basically getting to see him evolve over the years, and I think it's incredible. So yeah, that's Ghost. On to Beryl. Beryl was a sub support to Hoyt. Hoyt played a lot for Damwon too, and Beryl turned out to be the mastermind in the shadows the whole time in his substitute support position. I mean, this guy literally single-handedly invented Pantheon support and competitive. He's the one who made it popularized, at least. And you know, Alistar God. You know, this guy plays with a lot of champions. His style is really funny. He's a funny guy. I've watched his stream a few times. He's funny. You know, not much more to say about him. And then, can we just talk about how T1 and Damwon keep switching coaching staff? Like, they literally had Coach Cam. T1 took Coach Cam. They had Zephyr. Or T1 had Zephyr. They took Zephyr. And then now they take back Zephyr, and then they take Coma. Like, what is this? What is this House of Cards? And yeah, now they got Coma, they got Pumandu, ex-T1 support / coach, and they got Ares. All right, moving on to DRX. So basically everybody's new, minus 2 players, and that is Solka and Pioshik. The only reason I say Solka is not is because he was formerly quad, the sub, I believe he was either academy or sub mid laner on DRX previously to Chovy. And then Pioshik, because, you know, as of last year, he was a rookie. Not anymore, though. Now he's, like, sort of veteran. Unless you count Kiin. He could be considered also a veteran on the team. But Kiin, you know, he was on KT to start. Then he went to the LPL. Now he's back again. So, you know, we know him already. Destroy, brand new guy. Never heard of this guy. Looks like he was on Brion, hyFresh Blade, and Challengers before, and now is stepped up to DRX, so that's really cool. I wonder if we'll see these guys go in and out, or if it'll be the Kiin GenG show 24/7. Who knows? Pioshik, I mean, literally Korean for Kindred Mark, I believe, or Kindred's Mark, something like that. So, I mean, you know, Kindred, one trick, literally in the name. Really started to look much more solid towards the latter half of the season, and into Worlds, he looked really good towards that time. So can't wait to see how he evolves. Solka, formerly quad, hyped up mid laner in solo queue, and can't wait to see what this guy can show now that he has the chance to be the starter. So it'll be cool to see this guy play. I liked watching his Silas too. That was a treat of mine back in the day. I would go on YouTube and watch his Silas in solo queue, so that was nice. Then we got Bao. To be honest, absolutely nothing about this guy, except that he's a, you know, he's Bao. I don't know. I literally have never seen this guy play, so we'll see how he does. Moving on, we got Becca. I only seen this guy and heard of him in solo queue, so no comment there. And then we have Song back from NA, and Musong, which it looks like he was on DRX Academy. I don't know if he still is. We'll see. Yeah, so moving on, we got Fredit Brion. We have Hoya in the top lane, formerly from Griffin. Don't know too much about him. We have Chieftain from... I've never heard of this guy either. Never ever heard of him, and I probably butchered his name too. But I have heard of Umpty though. Umpty, the Jin Air guy, as the Jin Air jungler for a long time. You know, they look pretty solid, honestly. Fredit Brion looked pretty solid during Kespa, but again, we'll see how much of that actually matters. Then we have Lava, cool guy Lava. I miss him in the mid lane. When he was bot lane, kind of wished he was mid lane again, and got my wish. So here we go. We have Henna. I've only heard of him in solo queue again. Delight, never heard of this guy. we'll see what he's about. And what I really think is funny too is now Wraith and Edgar are back together from Samsung. So Edgar head coach, Wraith, and then we have Drinker as another coach. So yeah, I think that's funny. Anyways, moving on, GenG, we got Rascal in the top lane. I mean, their roster pretty much stayed the same. Rascal, Clid, BDD, Ruler, Life. You know, same thing as last year. No sub top, no sub bot at all. The only thing is we got Flawless in jungle from APK now. And we have Karis in mid lane for a sub, although I doubt he's going to get played. I bet you BDD is going to be playing the whole time. And for Clid and Flawless, I'm not sure either. We shall see. But, I mean, other than that, the roster pretty much stayed the same. Then we got Odin, Lin, and Gong, I believe is his name. Gugong or Gong. I'm sorry if I butchered that. Didn't mean to, but yeah. So, Hanwha. We got Dudu in the top lane, and now Morgan stepped up in the top lane as well. I believe he was on Academy, or was he a free agent? I can't remember, but I remember seeing him a bunch in solo queue, so that's pretty cool. Arthur looked pretty solid during Kespa, and now they have 3 junglers, Arthur, Cad, and Johan. So, Johan, I mean. And, you know, it'll be interesting to see how 3 junglers played out. I think Cad played during Kespa, right? I know Arthur did. I remember seeing Arthur during Kespa. I just can't remember if Cad did. My memory is sort of bad in that department, so I can't entirely remember, but from what I saw, whoever was playing Kespa looked pretty solid in jungle. But I guess it's hard to, you know, technically look bad when you're partnered with Chovy, right? Chovy, the single mid laner. I mean, he doesn't need any introduction. The star of Griffin next to Tarzan and Viper. So, and Lehends, honestly. But now he's moved on to Hanwha, along with Deft, which Deft has been around forever. I really want to see Deft succeed one day. Hopefully this team will give the other teams a run for their money as well, and it will be very close and competitive. Then we move on to Vista. I swear I've seen him on another team before. I just can't quite place it on in the LCK. My mind's completely blanking on him, but I remember seeing him. Sorry if you hear that. That's my heater in the background. Can't do much about that, but what can you do? Anyways, moving on. Oh, right. Then we have Kisman, Hart, and Sudal for the coaches. Now, KT Rolster, we got Doran. We have Blank, Bonnie, and Gideon. Bonnie and Gideon really rocked Kespa. I really liked watching them during Kespa Cup. It was a treat to watch, especially with their AD carry, which I'll get to in a second. Then we have Dove and Yukao, 2 solid mid laners, honestly. I quite like the top side of the map. It's really good. And then we have bot lane. We got Hybrid, Rebel, and Zeus are both from BBQ. So, you know, you got that going. Hybrid, he was pretty darn solid last year. But what I'm sad about is that their other AD, Noah, he looked really promising during Kespa. I was kind of hoping he would play. He's in the academy. I don't know how that works, if they can trade him in at will or whatnot, but I really like the way Noah looked. Noah gave him like a different identity. I really did like Noah playing, and the other subs on the team, the other sub top laner and whatnot on the team playing. It was really fun to watch. It's a shame that he's on the academy, but hey, you know, I'll have fun watching him destroy academy instead. So there's that, right? So anyways, we're moving on. We got Hybrid, Rebel, and bot lane, and Zeus, like I said. Then Hidai, Supreme, and Chungu, formerly Acorn, as their coaches. So, Liiv Sandbox, we got, I mean, the roster's not too much changed. We got Summit in the top lane. On Fleek was on this team. I remember he got penalized for something he did in game. I'm not sure if he's still on the team or if he'll come back or what's the deal with that. So, yeah, but Krako looked pretty good in Kespa. He looked all right. But we got Summit, Krako, Fate. This is a really strong top side of the map. I really liked watching these guys during Kespa. Can't wait to see what they'll bring to the regular season. Then we have Leo, former T1 AD carry from Academy, and also former substitute AD carry as well from T1. And then Root, also from Gen Air. He's also staying on the team. And the main attraction, the newest attraction to Sandbox, is Effort replacing Gorilla after Gorilla retired. Then we have Micro, Joker from the former support of Sandbox, and Travel in the coaching positions. So, Nongshim RedForce. Funny fact about this guy, Rich. Came over from Heroes of the Storm, was touted as the faker of Heroes of the Storm, and I think it's really funny and only fitting that the caster who used to cast Heroes of the Storm, Proxy Wolf, is also coming over to the LCK from Heroes of the Storm. I think that's really cool and really funny at the same time that he's sort of following Rich's career from Heroes onto League, so I just think that's really cool. Aatrox lover, Jace player, you know, likes the aggressive guys. What can you say about this guy? Yeah, pretty fun to watch him, to be honest. Then we have I don't want to say this wrong. Is it Juhan or yeah, it's Juhan, right? I have yet to see this guy play jungle, and I expect Peanut will probably be playing much more over him. I didn't even see him a single game in Kespa, so I imagine Peanut will be playing for the most part, which he's also on this team. Last Rocks Tiger, by the way, sad. But yeah, I doubt Peanut's not going to play over him. I mean, they might give him a few games for experience, but I don't know. I just think Peanut's going to play for the most part. Then we got Bay in mid lane. I liked watching this guy during Kespa. I think he was pretty solid. Guy has potential, definitely. And I can't wait to see what else he brings to the table. Doc Dom. I can't remember if it was him or if it was Hybrid. That was the amazing Aphelios god last year, who was like just murdering people with Aphelios, absolutely destroying them. But I like Hybrid and Doc Dom. I think they were like up and coming 80 carries last year, and they showed themselves off pretty well. And yeah, I just think, you know, it's a great thing to have next gen 80 carries coming to the lineup, you know, and showing a great performance. It's going to make that matchup really cool, I think, when they play against each other. And then we have Wayne. It looks like he was formerly on Griffin. I don't know too much about this guy, so we'll move on from there. And then Kellen, formerly of Jin Air and also of GenG, come into this team. And then we have, I don't know if it's SBs or if it's SBS. I'm just going to say SBS. And Noble S as the coaches. Then finally, T1. This team is absolutely stacked with talent, by the way. So let's just get through it, shall we? Keine from last year. I believe he was the top lane MVP of last year. Absolutely great. First year in, already won a Spring Split and got the MVP for top lane. I mean, this guy's pretty solid. But the guy I really want to talk about is Zeus. Do yourself a favor, type in T1 Zeus on YouTube and hit enter. Look up the montages. Watch him go off on solo queue. And he also streamed on Twitch on the T1 Esports Twitch channel. They brought him on, so it was cool watching him, you know, watching him do his work in action, and his mechanics were pretty crazy, to say the least. So this guy is a treat to watch personally, so you guys should definitely look up montages of him on YouTube, I think. And this guy holds a lot of potential. A lot of people praised him. Even Showmaker praised him as an up-and-coming guy, and I hope that he melds really well with the team and that he brings great success overall. So, yeah, look out for Zeus. Cuz, I mean, solid jungler all around, you know, had a little hiccups last year, but I hope he can get back into the flow of things, you know, this year. I definitely think he is a solid jungler, and he does have the potential to do many great things. So, be on the lookout for Cuz. LM, the rookie of last year for T1, I can't wait to see his champion pool. How deep does it really go? You know, obviously he's brought a few different styles to the table last year, which I thought was really good. And you know, I just hope that he'll bring what the team needs most to the table to give them their best success, since jungle is really important right now and it's going to be a carry meta. So I hope they can adapt very well. And then also they brought up Winner from Challengers or Academy, T1 Academy, And I've watched him a little bit on the T1 Twitch channel as well. But I don't know too much about this guy, to be honest. I watched him in Academy a little bit here and there, and he looked pretty good. We'll see who gets the quote unquote mainstay spot of jungle, and there's 3 of them, so it's gonna be a Riot, right? So moving on, closer. I mean, this guy was hyped last year. You saw the montages last year, and it's, he's gonna have a great performance, I think, and I hope he gets into the team synergy very, very well. I hope that he shows great performances continuously throughout the year, maybe even some flashy plays here and there, But it's so hard though, because it's like I want closer to succeed, but I want Faker to succeed. Same thing with Zeus and Keine, like, and I want Faker to succeed because, I mean, he's Faker, and he's the best League player ever, and he's the face of League, and he's Faker. He's incredible. Oh man, it's like, it's tough. I want to see them both succeed, honestly. So we got Faker, of course. Moving on to AD carry, we got Gumayushi. This guy is insane at solo queue. This guy is an insane AD carry. He stays up later than the other guys to stream, to literally play ranked solo queue. I watch him a bunch play, AD carry. And his mechanics are insane. There's like clips of him all over the place. Solo queue god, one of the best AD carries, I think, right now. And I just, he barely got to play at all competitively, like not even the game, really. So this guy, the hype for this guy too is insane. Gumayushi looks to be a prodigy, honestly. And I hope that he continues doing what he's doing, because he is incredible. But again, you run into another situation where it's like, I want them to succeed, but at what cost? Because Teddy's pretty insane too. So it's like, which one? Maybe they'll do like a swip swap every other game. They'll play and they'll both have equal success, right? That'd be the goal. Because damn, do I want to see him succeed. Then finally, efforts replacement. We have Carrier, which, I mean, he's one of the best supports right now. Rookie last year, had a humongous champion pool and looked very solid overall. So, I mean, Team 1 is just so damn good at scouting talent and bringing them to the table. So, I can't wait to see what this entire roster can do, the potential behind it. And honestly, I want the competition as a whole to be very close and very competitive, of course, I want some good games, So I'm excited for this year, guys. So let me know what you guys thought of this video. Please leave a like rating if you enjoyed. Sorry, this is a bit longer than normal, but hopefully it's worth it. Please leave a like rating, subscribe for more content, turn notifications on if you liked it, and let me know if you guys want to see more videos for League or LCK, or I could even do the LCS stuff, because that's coming up soon. That's coming up on the 15th. Just let me know what you guys would like to see in terms of League videos, and if you want more of this, so let me know. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.